Today's game is brought to you in HD by EA Sports and Madden NFL 11. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is Heinz Field. Gus Johnson, along with Chris Collinsworth. An exhibition contest coming up between the Raiders and the Steelers. Who do you see as the key players for this matchup, Chris?
Well, Gus, I've got my eyes on the two quarterbacks in this one. I had a chance to talk to both of these guys, obviously guys that have experience in this situation. They've been here before, and yet it's always so interesting. You can see a different look in their eyes when they're warming up. You know that they know the significance of these matchups, and it just adds another level of excitement to the football game. When you're talking about this kind of talent on the field, this should be a really good one. I know you're excited. I'm excited. Let's get it going.
Interesting, Chris. Great storyline here today, and we'll follow that storyline as this game moves on. They go with the pitch to the right. Rolando McClain was there to bring him down. That's a 3-yard gain. Second down. They line up at the 23. They'll work the right side.
Well, that's what happens when defensively you get every gap covered. There is simply nowhere to go with the football. No chance for the running back that time.
On their own 20-yard line. He loads up for the deep throw. Johnson knocks it away from the receiver. Antoine Randall was his intended target. They take over at the 20. Higgins fields it at the 40.
That was really a good effort. There wasn't a ton of room for him to run, but he was able to get up the field, get a few yards. You never get upset with a punt return guy like that. It wasn't spectacular, but he got the job done.
Looks like the offense is a little excited down there.
Offense. Repeat, second down.
Even the slightest twitch by an offensive lineman will draw a flag. You know, defensive guys really have a bit of an advantage. As long as they don't cross the line of scrimmage, they can jump and flinch and try and get that offensive line to react.
And he's hit as he lets go of the ball.
They brought the blitz that time, didn't get there, but did throw off the timing of the play to get the incompletion.
Fourth down. The Raiders are lining up to punt this one away. It bounces out of bounds at the 31. The defense played exceptionally well the last time this offense had the ball. Here's a handoff left side. 4 yards on that play, and that'll bring up second down. They line up at the 36. Good coverage downfield. And the pass is incomplete. Antoine Randall was the intended receiver. So, from their own 36-yard line. Steps up in the pocket to get away from a defender. And he breaks it for a big gain and the first down.
Boy, that's a killer on third down to allow that kind of run to be ripped off in there. You're thinking, okay, if they want to throw the ball, take a chance on getting a big play, that's fine. But to see a run go for that kind of a gainer, that makes you sick.
Hands off to the fullback. That's a 2-yard gain. That brings up second down. On the ground, up the middle.
Well, that was the perfect time for them to call a blitz. They got in there, filled up all the gaps, brought down the running back for a short gain.
Finds a way to get rid of it as he's hit.
Under pressure, he felt the heat that time and was forced to throw it away quickly.
The Steelers are lining up to punt it away. And it'll be down at the 5.
When you go for a punt to pin a team deep in their own territory, the last thing you want to have happen is to have it end up in the end zone for a touchback, because it just is a letdown for the punt team. Now you've got them backed up inside the 10-yard line. Nice play.
Let's go. Be physical. Do what you do.
Here's the give. And the tackle was made by Lawrence Timmons. 5 yards. Second down. Dumps it out left. The stop was made by Harrison.
Well, that's a good feeling as a quarterback right there. You see a blitz like that coming, and you get the ball out of there and pick up the first down. Now, as a defensive coordinator, you may be a little more hesitant to call that blitz, and quarterbacks like that.
Short pass to his left.
Not a perfectly timed throw that time. Held on to it just a little too long and led the receiver out of bounds.
So they'll face a 2nd and 10. This one might have been a false start on the offense. Let's get the call.
You know, it's just 5 yards, but a penalty like that can really throw your offense off rhythm. You definitely have to now change the play call at this point.
So it's 3rd and 14 to go. He takes a hard hit as he throws. He's dropped down at the 14.
The Raiders are putting together a good-looking drive here. That's their 3rd first down.
The big gain through the air sets up the offense with another 1st and 10. He takes off.
Yeah, I don't think that was a designed quarterback run on that one. He simply couldn't find anybody open, saw a running lane, and boy, that didn't stay open for very long either.
Feeds it to the back. Touchdown, Raiders, blow the whistle. Doot, doot.
When you see a touchdown run like that from Darren McFadden, you understand what a complete weapon he is. But what's a little intimidating is how big this guy is. 6'2" and 215 and can run like that. That's amazing.
Oakland is up a score. Let's take a look at the drive summary presented by Verizon. He makes it to the 23-yard line. They'll get the ball here at the 23-yard line. They go with the pitch to the right. They keep it on the ground with the tailback.
And that's why you send all those guys to plug up the holes, and that time there were no holes, really, and he was lucky to get anything on the play.
Just gets it off. Picked off. Psycho Ward was there for the stop.
You know, some of these corners are just freakish athletes right now. Oftentimes, they're the best athletes on the field. Maybe they don't have the skill set, great hands, great moves, whatever, but they are definitely among the fastest in the NFL.
We've played a quarter. The score, 7-zip. Short yardage situation here, 2nd and a yard. Give to the tailback.
I know those runs aren't exactly the kind you see on the highlight shows, but you're keeping the drive alive, maintaining possession, and picking up first downs.
Surveys the field. 2nd down for the offense after that incomplete pass. Bush gets the handoff to the right.
Nice call there by the defensive coordinator, coming with the outside linebacker blitz, which really put some pressure on this group up front.
He passes it.
And they really forced him to throw that one before he had a chance to read the coverage. You know, typically when they blitz, you end up in one-on-one coverage, but you have to have time to throw the ball.
So, it's 4th down. This one will be from 47 yards. And he missed it wide left. The offense will start at the 37. They go with the toss.
And as a quarterback, you have to start to recognize that. You just can't allow that safety to keep sniffing around that 8th man in the box and not throw the football. Essentially, they're daring this offense to throw it, and they're not taking advantage.
It's a fumble. The referee is going to have to dig to the bottom of this pile to see who came away with it.
I'm not sure if he was actually the first one to get there or not, but boy, what a job he did scraping that thing out of there. And they really ran right into the blitz. That's a time that a veteran quarterback should have changed the play at the line of scrimmage. You could see the blitz coming. He didn't audible and only came away with a short gain.
They tackle him for a loss.
And let's give credit to the defense. They had a great push there. They got in the backfield, took control of their own gaps.
They line up at the 24. He's searching for a receiver. And the pass was knocked away at the last minute.
I don't know if that's the guy I want to pick on third down when you have to have a conversion. He is tough.
They'll call on the field goal unit here for this long field goal. This kick will be from about 41 yards out. It's off the upright, and it's good! Janikowski gets ready to kick it away. Wallace is back to receive the kick. And he is drilled. What a hit. The Steelers will start this drive at the 17. Has a man to his right. Little flip.
And that's one of those that the wideout goes back to the huddle thinking, he stinks. This guy's terrible. Then as soon as he sees his quarterback, he says, don't worry about it. We'll get it next time.
On the ground, up the middle.
Well, that time the outside linebacker came on the run blitz. They got some penetration and shut down the play.
They're looking at 3rd and 9. Ball on the 18-yard line. Goes through his progression. A burst of speed, and he's in the open.
The Steelers will maybe get kick-started a little bit after that catch. Their passing game hasn't exactly been very impressive so far.
Fullback straight ahead.
Did you see how fast that linebacker was on that one? Not only did he recognize it, but when he did recognize it, he had the explosiveness to get there.
The give to the tailback. He's wrestled down at the 46-yard line. The offense facing another 3rd down here. Hammered as he lets it go. He's brought down at the 29-yard line.
The Raiders with a huge defensive mistake that time. Ben Roethlisberger is not going to let an opportunity like that one slip through his fingers. He saw what they were doing and took full advantage.
Hands it to the back. He's dropped down at the 10. Jonathan Dwyer picks up the 1st down on his very first tote of the day. So the ball on the 10-yard line. Again with the run. It's a gain of 4, and that'll bring up second down. Just 5 yards away from a touchdown now. They pitch it. And he's tackled at the 3.
The defense filled up all the gaps. The back was looking for somewhere to run, but by bringing the run blitz, they took away all the holes and stopped them for a minimal gain.
Not able to make the catch in traffic. It's 4th down. He'll kick this one from the 10, a 20-yard attempt.
Repeat, 4th down.
Essex is guilty of moving early. It's up and it's good. Pittsburgh will send this one deep. Higgins is deep, looking to return the kickoff. Caught at the 8. He takes it back to the 29-yard line. They'll work the right side. And they'll line up at the 30. Campbell hands it off.
For me, there's nothing more impressive in football than to see a cover cornerback able to come up and make the stops on the run. That's a complete football player.
They need 9 on this 3rd down if they want to convert. And there's 2 minutes remaining in the half. Has a man short to his left. He's wrestled down at the 32-yard line. Fourth down. The Raiders ready to punt this one away. Gets the ball at the 14-yard line.
The Steelers were able to score on that last series, but just a field goal, and sometimes those are actually momentum shifters for the defense.
Can't complete that pass. Hines Ward was the intended receiver on the play. Looking for a man. Cuts back and he's dropped. Psycho Ward on the receiving end and his first catch of the game. Flips it out short to his left. He's dropped down at the 49-yard line. Everything seemed to work perfectly on that one.
And that's a pattern that this team likes to run. You know they've been studying that all week on film, and yet they still can't stop it.
Big Ben Roethlisberger has his team on the move. That's the third first down on the drive, which started around their own 15. Dumps it short. He's tackled at the 6.
Ben Roethlisberger is really remarkable for not only his ability to avoid pass rushers, but he seems to be able to throw from just about any body position. A lot of guys, when they're throwing across their body or having to make a turn or a weird move, they're not nearly as accurate, but Roethlisberger is just a tremendous athlete.
And this for the tie. Extra point is good. And he gathers it at the 6-yard line. Let's see if the offense can put something together on this drive. Looks for the safe short throw. That incompletion will bring up 2nd down. Inside handoff. Down the sideline. He's knocked out of bounds at the 28-yard line. The big run gives them another 1st down and 10. Gives it up the gut. The Raiders will take their first timeout of the half. Still looking for an open man. Comes down with it. Touchdown! The Raiders with a 4-play, 75-yard drive for the score.
Jason Campbell delivers a touchdown pass on a beautiful throw, and I just admire the way he plays the quarterback position. There's such an intelligence there, but also this gutsiness. What an awesome combination.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands as called.
Janikowski tacks on the extra point. Oakland up 7 points. And here is the drive summary brought to you by Verizon, the official wireless service sponsor of the National Football League. Janikowski is just about ready to kick this one away. They want to avoid a run back, so they'll squib kick it. He's wrestled down at the 22-yard line.
The Steelers can really get on a roll if they can knock in a touchdown here for the second straight series.
Hands it off. He gets out to about the 25-yard line.
This is unbelievable.
That'll be it for the first half of play. The score is 17-10. Oakland awaits the kickoff to start the third quarter. It's fielded at the 2. Higgins fumbles. Fight for the loose ball. Who's got it? Burnett recovers the loose ball.
Hey, that's a little sacrificing of your body there. Certainly not the biggest guy in the field, but you could tell he wanted that ball.
He loses the football. We're going to have a pileup on this one. Oakland falls on it, and they have the turnover.
Great job getting the recovery that time. There were a lot of bodies around, but his was the biggest and won.
He's going to throw it. Knocked loose before he could bring it in. Lamar Woodley was defending on the play. Second down and 7 yards to go. Ball on their own 23. Throws the deep pass. It's almost picked off. No completion that time, and it'll bring up third down. He's going to pass. Down the sideline. Touchdown, silver and black. The Raiders take just 3 plays to go from their own 25, and they end up with a touchdown on the board.
I knew all he had to do was catch that one, and he was going to be gone. When you possess that kind of speed, it is a very difficult day for the defense. Better give him a little more cushion than that.
Janikowski is good on the point after. Janikowski will be kicking off. He makes it to the 22. The Steelers will set up shop at the 22-yard line. Handoff up the middle. When your running game is struggling, you have to start looking for offense from some of your other players. If they can loosen it up with a few passes, it should open up those running lanes again. Breaking through up the gut.
You know you have a pretty special player at the running back position when, despite the fact that they're run blitzing him now, he can still get out of there and still come up with a nice gain.
Tons of pressure. He's hit as he throws. Psycho Ward was his intended target.
Good pressure that time, and they forced a bad throw. Not much he could have done with the pocket collapsing like that.
Fourth down. And the punt unit onto the field to kick it away. Cartwright fields it at the 26.
The Raiders are looking like a confident bunch on offense right now. If they can put together another touchdown drive here, they'll have a significant advantage. The Oakland Raiders really struggled offensively a season ago, and I think in particular it was surprising to see their rushing numbers ranked just 21st in the league, but it was so much a product of the inability to throw the ball and trying to develop Jamarcus Russell. I actually think the Raiders are a better rushing team than what the numbers actually showed.
Now we have a first down and 10 to go. Ball's on the 41. Dumps it out right. He's brought down at the 38.
Good defense all over the field that time. They had the deep routes covered, and when they tried to dump it off to the tight end, they were on it.
It's a pass. He's dropped down at the 21-yard line.
Well, it's no big secret the Raiders struggled throwing the football a season ago, especially Jamarcus Russell. 3 touchdowns to 11 interceptions, completing just 52% of their passes as the Raiders ranked 29th throwing the football in the NFL, and that clearly was the focus of attention this offseason as the Raiders tried to turn it around.
They'll give it off here.
Yeah!
First down, 10 to go. Steps up in the pocket and throws it as he's hit. Campbell throws his third TD pass of the contest. Sebastian Janikowski adds the extra point. Janikowski is ready to kick this one off. This will be down to the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers will begin this drive at the 20-yard line. Good coverage downfield. Johnson picked to the 10.
He had that one all the way. Not only a great break on the ball, but he knew what to do with it and stuck it in the end zone. Tremendous play.
Janikowski gets ready to kick it away. He'll down it in the end zone. The Steelers want to get better results from this series. Their last one ended with a turnover. Searching for an open man. He's tackled at the 50.
The Raiders were caught napping on that play. They played a zone, which is fine, but after that catch was made, they just didn't respond fast enough. Ben Roethlisberger knew he had an opportunity for a big play and delivered a really nice ball.
So it's now 1st and 10 after the big pass play. Run right side.
And when the defense gets that kind of penetration, it just disrupts everything for an offense. They have to get that guy blocked.
He's loose and running strong. Rolando McClain tracks him down, wraps him up for the tackle. It's number 5 on the day.
Yeah, good one.
Short throw to the left. He lost it. The referee is going to have to dig to the bottom of this pile to see who came away with it.
Hey, that's a little sacrificing of your body there. Certainly not the biggest guy in the field, but you could tell he wanted that ball.
That's a 3-yard gain. That brings up second down. They're looking at a 2nd and 7. Ball on the 46-yard line. Campbell, hands off on the delay.
And I really like the discipline of this defense. You never see these guys trying to do too much. They control their gaps, and that time there was nowhere to go.
From their own 45-yard line. And he's tackled at the 46-yard line.
Looked like one of those old-fashioned rugby scrums there. A lot of big bodies piled together and nowhere for the running back to go.
It's 4th down, and the punt unit onto the field to kick it away. The ball goes into the end zone. Touchback. They'll take over at the 20. Handoff up the middle. Racks up 7 tough yards. Second down. They'll need about 3 yards here on second down. Looks left. Here's a short pass. A gain of 3 yards on that one.
I like that call, going with the pass play in a short yardage situation.
And they'll line up at the 30. Short pass to his left. Antoine Randall was the intended receiver.
Get this thing done, man.
Here's a halfback.
Hey, don't panic. Let's focus, all right?
The Steelers have the ball as we start the final quarter, but their hopes of winning have all but evaporated. And he's crushed as he lets it go. Hines Ward was the intended receiver on the play.
Just missed that time, bringing him down for a sack, but great pressure to force an incompletion.
Looks like they decided to go for it here. Surveys the field. Looks to throw it. Fires it deep. His man is open. Psycho Ward. Now with 4 catches in the game. Good gain through the air will set them up with another first down and 10. Dumps it out right. He's wrestled down at the 26-yard line. They'll gain 4 on that pass play. He rolls out to the right. Arnaz Battle was his intended target.
You bring a little pressure, and it impacts quarterbacks, and we saw it there.
It's a quarterback sack.
I don't think there's any play in football that's prettier than a perfectly executed blitz. If you time out the snap count, if you disguise it, if you don't tip it to the quarterback, you end up with results like that. Big sacks, big plays.
Goes through his progression.
Big 4th down play by the defense that time, and now the pressure shifts to the other defense to try and make a play.
He's dropped down at the 45. Nice run, a pickup of 8. That'll bring up 2nd down. And 2 yards away here on 2nd down. Campbell, hands off. He's brought down at the 45. You would expect more from him and the offensive line. They haven't mustered up many yards on the ground. Casey Hampton has a reputation that's been made in 3rd and short situations just like these. Pittsburgh got it. The Steelers recover it after the long battle.
Well, you can tell he really had to fight some other guys to get to that football, so give him credit. He's not the biggest guy on the field.
Another conservative call when the clock is ticking.
Yeah, and really the way the game is played these days, if you're good enough throwing the football, you can make conservative pass calls that are essentially like run plays.
There's no way we're going down. We got to make some plays.
Third down coming up after that incomplete pass. Third down, 7 yards to go. Ball's on the 41. Going up top. He's wide open downfield. Emmanuel Sanders on the receiving end there, and that's catch number 1 in the game. He's been held in check so far. First down and goal for the offense now after that big pass play.
False start.
Looks like someone on the offense tried to get an early start.
Repeat, first down.
Well, no excuse there. The offensive line obviously knows the snap count, but I suppose it's easy to lose concentration with one of those big defensive linemen in your face.
Here's a look at today's red zone numbers, made possible by Old Spice Body Wash. Wham, bam! Thank you for smelling great, man. Gives it off. He gets to about the 11-yard line. They'll line up here at the 10, third down and goal. Takes a lick as he lets it go. Pass completed, gain of 9. It's fourth down. This one from 19 yards, basically like kicking an extra point. It's up and it's good. Holland loses the ball. Who's going to come up with this one? There's a scramble for it. The Steelers win the scramble. They take over. The Steelers will start this drive at the 24-yard line. Inside give. And the Steelers will have a first and goal. It's first down and goal. 10 yards to the end zone. Up the middle. It's a gain of 4. That brings up second down. Only 5 yards away from the goal line. It's the tailback. Here's a look at today's red zone numbers, made possible by Old Spice Body Wash. Wham, bam! Thank you for smelling great, man. A lot of movement down there on the offensive line.
Offense, still third down.
And we'll replay third down.
Tough spot for the quarterback now after that penalty, because now the possibility of seeing that added pressure is really heightened. Yeah, they brought the blitz, and the offensive line just unable to pick it up that time to force the incompletion.
It's 4th down, and the field goal unit out to try this 27-yarder. It's up, and it's good. Pittsburgh gets ready to try an onside kick. Flag on the play.
Illegal touching by the kicking team.
The Raiders will set up shop at the 35. Campbell hands it left. Harrison gets his hands on him and drags him down for a loss at the 37-yard line. And he's tackled at the 32-yard line. Lawrence Timmons tracks him down, wraps him up for the tackle. It's number 5 on the day. Here they go, 3rd down and 8. On the ground with the tailback. Bush carries for a 5-yard gain. It's 4th down, and the field goal unit out to try this 44-yarder. And the kick is good. And that was not an easy kick, Chris.
Yeah, it looked like a little adrenaline kicked in on that one, didn't it? Maybe even surprised him how far he hit that one.
Now it's time to take a look at the drive summary presented by Verizon. He makes it to the 22. They line it up at the 22. Rolling out to his right. And the catch is made. They can't catch him. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. And the point after is good. Less than 2 to go in our fourth quarter of play. The score, the Steelers, 23. The Raiders, 41. This is a good opportunity to take a look at the drive summary presented by Verizon. Pittsburgh comes out in the onside kick formation. The Raiders get the ball back.
Yeah, there's not a lot of time left, and this one's pretty much in the bag. I'd expect them to just hand it off from here a few times, listen for the final whistle, and go home and have some fun.
They line up at the 37. Hammered in the backfield. James Harrison is playing with some intensity out there. He's been in on 5 tackles so far. They line up at the 38. He's dropped down at the 35.
And it's not very often that I get really excited about defensive line play, but that time the guys up front on defense were just overpowering.
That's going to do it from Pittsburgh. Top plays are coming right up. Here's today's Swagger Player of the Game, presented by Old Spice Deodorant. Smell like a man. Man. Here's one for the highlight reel. It's the Doritos Crunch Time Play of the Game.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports and Madden NFL 11.